Good morning and welcome to another beginning keyboard class. I don't want to take the time to do the stretching of the hands, which by now, you know, it's in the book, you know where it is, but I highly recommend that you do that before you play, especially as we are seniors. You know, we don't have the same flexibility that we did when we were younger. So, I want to review a couple of things because I know that some of you do not have keyboards, and so it's got to be a real challenge when you get to the playing part when you don't have something to play. So, but I know I've talked about this before, but I want to emphasize, and I can't emphasize it too strongly, and that is your ability to read will have everything to do with how easy it will be for you to learn how to play. So even if you don't have a keyboard right now, if you'll take the time to read. So I'm going to go to page 14 for just a little bit of reading. Now, if you look at the bottom of page 14, for the treble clef, they have little boxes under each quarter note, and your challenge, and I'm assuming that you've done this, and so I'm going to read those notes so that you can check and see if you've done it correctly. So beginning with the first one, which is C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C. So going on to the next page, C, E, G, E, C, E, G, E, G, E, C. So those are all in the lines. So the next one is on the spaces. So they start off with D, F, D, F, F, D, D, F, D, F, D. And then on line 7, we have lines and spaces. So, and the other thing before I continue, if you will read these every day, you know, for 5 or 10 minutes every day, your ability to read will improve so much. So I highly recommend it. Okay, so line 7, it's C, E, D, F, E, G, E, F, D, E, C. And then the next line is G, E, F, D, E, C, E, D, F, E, G. And then the last one, C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F, G, G. So, especially whether you have a keyboard or not, or whether you have a piano, or it doesn't matter, the more that you can do that, you will benefit highly. It's just so important. Okay, so now we're going to go to the left hand on page 16. And if you'll see, so we're going to go ahead and, let's see, I wanted to, okay, so using the number 1 finger, you're going to go from G, F, E, D, C, G, F, E, D, C, C, or yeah, C, D, E, F, G, C, D, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, F, G. So, on the next page, this is a review. You got your quarter notes, which are worth 1 point, and 1 count, and then your half note, which is 2 counts, and then your whole note, which is 4 counts. So looking at this, just as a quick review, G, F, E, F, G, D, G, F, E, D, E, F. C, F, E, F, G, D, G, F, E, D, E, F. Okay, so you can count on those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just a quick review. So then going back over here to the next page, 18, at the bottom, you had an exercise to using in the bass clef. So I just want to review to make sure that you've got those right. So C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C. Okay? So on line 5, C, so these are all on the spaces. So C, E, G, E, G, E, C, E, G, E, G, E, C. And then the next line, these are all on the lines. So D, F, D, F, F, D, D, F, D, F, D. And then the next line, so this is lines and spaces. So C, E, C, E, D, F, E, G, E, F, D, E, C. And the next one, G, E, F, D, E, C, E, D, F, E, G. And then finally, C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F, and G, G. So if you can practice reading those every day, that'll be very helpful. So we did page 20 and 21. And I want to, we've got a little bit of a review here on 23 because we're dealing with, you've got your time signature here, and it's showing you on 22 the breakdown between the quarter half and the whole notes. And you have a little exercise there in the middle of 22 that the value of the note. So the first one is 2 counts, 1 count, 4 counts, 1 count, 2 count, 1 count, 4 count, 2 counts, 4 counts, and 1, just so that you know. And then down below, there's an exercise that you have to draw in the note that is left out, okay? So anyway, let's go back in a quick review on lightly row, which is on page 23. You can see you've got a whole rest in there. And what that does is the left hand, you're not playing anything with the left hand until we go down to the next one. So you're going to be beginning with G and E, F and D. So, for example, you've got, okay, we're going to count this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes. So it gives you examples of things to do, and the more that you do those things, the counting, the reading of the notes, it's going to help you tremendously. So the next one, Aunt Rhody, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So just like the other one, you got whole rests all on this first 4 measures. So. So if you're fortunate enough to have a piano or a keyboard, it's a lot easier at this point, and hopefully it won't be too long before we actually can get together and I can help each one with where you're at. So going to page 24, now we're looking at intervals. And so we're beginning with what they call melodic intervals because they're not played together. So for example, on this very first part, it's like you got seconds and you've got thirds. So the distance between a second and a third, if you look on page 25, they give you a very easy example to remember. So the distance between the white keys is, okay, up or down. So between a second and a third, or between a third, you skip one white key. And in a second, there's no skip, it's the next key. So here we are on page 24 again. So this is a second, this is a third, so it's, and then with the left hand going from G to F to E, so you've got seconds and thirds. And so that's what you're going to be playing in this short 4-measure tune here. So it's C, 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 D, E, D, C, E, D, D, C. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so. And then if you look at the end, you see those dots with a line, and that's your repeat sign. So whenever you see that, you repeat. And then when you get back to the end, you repeat, and you never stop. No, you repeat one time, okay? Okay, so then the next one, now, this is one of the challenges. This keyboard is an inexpensive keyboard that we are very grateful to have, okay? But it has no tension. You can't play a soft note or a medium note or a loud note. They're all the same. But in terms of learning, it's okay. So when you see this up here, it's good for you to know because eventually you're going to be in a position where you're going to have something, either a keyboard or a piano, that will have a touch, and you can pay attention to how to play. And I'll tell you, having been on both sides, it's a world of difference, okay? So anyway, okay, so when we look at the next one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, we've got whole rests all on the treble clef, and so you're only playing on the bass clef. So you're beginning with G. So okay, I already counted. So it's 2, 1, and 1, right? So. Okay, now over on 25 you have examples of seconds and thirds, and you've got the boxes, and so you're going to write in there up or down, second or third, and that's a good exercise, and we'll review that hopefully next week or in a couple of weeks. Okay, now we're dealing with intervals, but we're dealing with harmonic intervals because you're playing them together, whereas before you had a melodic interval? Yes, a melodic interval and a harmonic interval is played together. So seconds, thirds, seconds, thirds. So the key is particularly when you're dealing with your little finger and your fourth finger that are a little weaker, to get those to play together, it's good practice. So anyway, so the next one, the intervals here, so we've got, okay, so we're going to count this rockin' intervals here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 rest, 1 rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 rest, rest, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 rest, 1 rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 rest, 1 rest. Or you could have counted that as 1 rest, 3 rest. Either way, it's a 1 count anyway. So, okay, so you've got some intervals coming up here, your harmonic intervals. So, rest. Rest. So I messed that one up. So if you can see right here, it's 1 and 3. It's G and E, and then G and F. Okay, so let's play that again. So very interesting, because up here it was a G and F, but down here it's a G and E, and so they switched it around. So very interesting. Okay, so 27 again, seconds and thirds, and then now we're dealing with your fourth and fifth and third and fifth fingers, right? So again. And then in the middle there, you've got your empty boxes, and so you've got seconds and thirds, and so you write in there what they should be. And then down below, your harmonic rock goes, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to be playing your harmonic intervals with both hands, starting with C and D. Okay, so we can move on to 28, fourths and fifths. So you've got C and F as a fourth, C and F, and then C and G as a fifth. So, and then with your left hand, it's G and D, and then G and C. So fourth and fifth. Okay, so then one good king. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it goes. And then down below, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So. Rest. Okay, and so there's a good example here of fourths and fifths where you have how many spaces between the fourths and the fifths. 2 and 3 spaces of white keys. So now we're going to go onto page 30, and here you're dealing again with fourths and fifths. So these are still the harmonic intervals, so they played together. So I'm sure you will recognize this. So using fourths and fifths, jingle bells. So going on to page 31, you're still dealing with fourths and fifths. And another exercise on filling in the boxes, and then you're dueling harmonics down below here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to be using all of the range of fourths and fifths and thirds and seconds. So, okay. So I repeated this, because I messed up a little bit there. Okay, and I think we're going to finish up with the major C chord, which is C, E, G, and then C, E, G up here. And then you've got on page 32, playing it together, playing it separately. Okay, so going over here to, there's two little short ditties here. Brother John, excuse me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see you have rests there in between. So you're holding your, in the bass clef, the chord C, the C chord, and you're going to be playing in that C chord with the right hand. So you're holding the, at least in the first 6 measures, you're holding the C chord for the count of 4. Okay, so. So again. the beginning, of course, play it as slow as you need to, and then speed up as you get comfortable with it. So, and then the last piece here is, here's a happy song, and of course they suggest that you play it happily. So some of these phrases, moderate, okay, like up above it says moderately fast. Well, a lot of times they just say moderately. Well, what does that mean? So it's up to interpretation to a certain degree. So you'll have to think about things sometimes. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, so it says repeat. Okay, so I think that is enough for today, and if I can re-emphasize those little exercises, those boxes where you're writing in the notes or the intervals, I cannot emphasize it enough, especially if you don't have a keyboard. But the other thing is, if you don't have a keyboard, even those things, those pieces, those short pieces that you can play, even though you can't play them, you can use the fingering. They show you what finger you're going to use, a 5 or a 3 or a 1. If you can just practice pushing the finger of the fingering, even though you can't do the notes itself, even that will help. So whatever you can do the reading. That will help you to learn when you're actually having to read the music. I cannot emphasize that enough. That was, and the reason that I know is because when you know, I've been playing for off and on for years, and you don't play for a few years and then you come back and it's like, whoa. And so if you don't practice it, you don't really get it. So I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to read every day. There you are. Thank you very much.